Hello developers, welcome to my video series on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 add-on workflow. Today we'll discuss XML files and concepts. This series is on XML concepts, programming concepts, and model behavior decoding. I'm going to make reference to the 2024 SDK documentation, specifically the model section and the model behaviors subsection. So we'll be looking at this section and talk about the model behaviors. But first, let's go over some XML basics. If you already understand what XML is, you can skip this video and start at number 2. You only really have to understand is a few XML terms, plus some programming concepts. And XML stands for Extensible Markup Language, and it was developed in the late 80s, 1990s. An XML template file is the file that contains the XML code or data elements. So in the sim we have model behaviors, and in 2024 we have the asobo underscore ex1 model behavior files. They're all a bunch of XML files, and that's denoted by a file name with the ending .xml. And an XML tag is a code string that begins with angle brackets and then a string of characters and ends with another angle bracket, but it faces the other direction. These angle brackets are usually known as less than sign or greater than sign. An example of an XML tag is a start angle bracket, some text, and another angle bracket. So this is an XML start tag, and another tag is the end tag, and that includes a slash at the beginning with the same name as the start. And note there are no spaces, and the end tag has a slash after that less than sign. A comment or XML comment is similar to an XML tag, but it starts with a combination of the less than sign, an exclamation mark, and 2 dashes. So that's the start of a comment. Then you get the comment string of characters, so whatever you want to make a comment on, and then 2 dashes and a greater than sign at the end. An example of a comment is the angle bracket, exclamation, 2 dashes, the comment if you want to make, and then 2 dashes and the less than sign. An XML variable is the 2 XML tags, the start and the end tag, with some characters or numbers in between. And an example of that is a start tag. So we have the angle brackets with the start tag, we have some characters or numbers, and then we have an end tag. And this is an XML variable. So the name of this variable is start tag in this particular case, and the variable information is characters 1, 2, 3, 4. XML attributes, it's an XML tag with more data in between the 2 angle brackets, but specifically in the start tag part. An attribute and an attribute value, and these are separated with an equal sign, and the value is in quotes. You can have more than one attribute if you like. So what we have here is we have an example, and the name of the tag is this is a tag with an attribute. Then I have the attribute ID equals and 1, and I can have a second attribute called name equals tag name, and then the end angle bracket. And then the end tag is the same name here. This is a tag with an attribute, but it has a slash. And there are no attributes in the end tag. Let's open an XML template file. You can review the SDK download and make sure that you have the model behavior defs folder with the Asobo EX1 subfolder. And then we can open up a simple text file or XML file. And you'll notice that we have some XML tags here, and they happen to be on different lines. But we have the model behaviors, and then we have that as an opening tag, and then we have model behaviors closing tag, and that groups everything inside it into a model behavior component, let's say. There's another XML tag called include. The include has an attribute called relative file equals, and it tells you what relative file to access or to include. So in the Asobo world, the include statement means bring in all the data from this XML file and bring all the data from this XML file and bring all the data from that XML file. The double backslash is because the single backslash on its own is a special character, so you want to make sure that you put double backslashes whenever you want to use a folder name and file name combination. So you saw that we have a start tag and an end tag, but what's different with this one here, there is a start tag, but there is no end tag. The end tag is done by using the forward slash right at the end of the tag or the start tag. We could just have easily put in this and gotten rid of that part. So include without the slash here, and this is exactly the same as this scenario here. So it could be written exactly the same way. So let's open the exterior defs file, and basically I have it here, and again it's the same thing, model behaviors, a bunch of include files, attributes that point to all the different additional XML files that we need. Let's open the default config. So there are a number of files here. The exterior, interior are basically the same. We'll open the default config one, and that'll be just a little bit different here. And you'll notice that there are a bunch of new tags. The macro tag with attribute name, and then the name of the macro itself. And then the text between the start and end tags is the value for this macro. So the macro is named base and nim template, and the value is asobo underscore and nim underscore template. Similarly for the whole list of macros here. This is a special command name here, macro, and if you are familiar with the FSX terminology, you can call a macro with the @ sign, with the @ symbol. So the macro name, base animation template called with the @ sign, and that's how it works. All of this information is basically a variable. It's a macro variable. So what it is this data is placed in memory in the computer, and you can call it by its name. So the name of the macro here. These are all pretty simple XML files, and the include statement means go get this relative file and add it to this file. So what we can do is we can go into base and we can get its index file and more include files and so forth. So files, call files, and so forth until you get a whole bunch of information all together. And this happens a lot more than we see. So we have base files, we have more index files here, more index files calling more files, more subfolders, more index files are called calling more folders, etc. Back to the index files, we have an include file for helper macro defs. Let's go to that. Let's add that one in. And a whole bunch more macros. So we have another file calling a whole bunch of macros that are set up here with more command type RPN data. So all of these index or XML files, pretty well the same. Starts off with a model behaviors. So one section to an end tag here, and then a macro definition in this particular case, an include definition, and so forth. And that's basically all there is to know about XML. It's the angle bracket tags, a name or a command, a specific verb, a attribute may or may not be there. As you see, model behaviors doesn't have attribute in this case, but macros do have a name attribute and is given a name that you can call. And then the data for a macro is in between the start and end tags. And there you have it. Here's a summary. XML template file ends in .xml. The tags has a start tag and an end tag. A comment is with a exclamation and 2 dashes, and then 2 dashes and an angle bracket at the end. An XML variable is in between 2 tags. An XML attribute has the attribute in between the 2 angle brackets in the start tag. And that's all you really need to know for XML. There's still a lot more to learn. Good luck and see you next time.